Hi guys. Sorry, I look a little funky. I fell asleep on this side of my face, if you can't tell. I'm just getting situated also on Selma's page, so just give me a sec. Hey Kelly, hey Chris, hey Connie. Hey Jen, hey Taylor. If you guys missed it, I did a live yesterday talking about how Selma is again back in the hospital, but for something different than normal. She normally goes to the hospital and it's, an infection or something. And she waited a week she was out for a week. Hi Tammy, hey Donna. I'm just recapping real quick. But it's actually kind of sad news, to be honest. I was actually crying to Liam earlier, so. So she went back in. She was getting really swollen, and she went back on Monday. They were doing tests, and they ended up finding out that I don't know how far we got, but possibly there was a blood clot in her leg. I think that's where I kind of left it off with you guys, that they're waiting for more. But yesterday after the live, we did get some more updates. So if you guys wouldn't mind hitting the hearts real quick, spreading the love. I'm just going to leave it a sec for everyone to come in before I do the new update. But it's actually kind of fucking sad. I was just talking to Liam about it a few minutes ago. And wanting to do something for her. So, I'm like, life fucking sucks. My connection's bad. How bad is it? Let me know. Well, if I'm blurry, just listen to my words. I'll try to, let me move you out a little bit. I'm trying to, hold on, I'm trying to get you guys a little better. If you have issues, I am dual live on my page too. Jessica spoiled, so if it gets too bad, one I'm using phone service and one I'm using Wi-Fi, so if you need to jump, you're more than welcome to see. I haven't said anything yet, Marlo. I was just kind of waiting a sec to get everyone in here because usually we have stragglers. So since yesterday, the test came back and she does have a blood clot in her leg. So it's I'm not saying it's a good or bad thing, but they don't know how long it's been there. So on a good side, it could have been there a while and no one's known, or she hasn't known. So she could have been living just fine with the blood clot. On the other hand, it might not be new at all, and it's something that obviously, if you guys don't know, blood clots can be really serious and they could kill you. So yesterday they have been trying to figure out what options there are. So as long as you guys can hear me, hearing me is the important part. You know what I mean? I'm not that cute today anyways. So they said to her, pretty much there's we'll say two options to them, three options to her, we'll put it that way. One of them was that she could do, okay, this is where I need my notes. Oh yeah, okay, remember now. 2 shots a day, every single day, until it's broken up. I don't know how big the needles are or what, but she'd have to do 2 shots in a day, every day, until it dissipates. That was option 1. Which also causes an issue because when you have to break something up in your blood, usually it's blood thinners, and blood thinners are an issue for her because she already has a bleeding problem, which you guys know she just got a transfusion for yesterday. So if she does the 2 shots, that's going to lead to possibly more transfusions, more time in the hospital. But in all honesty, she is very scared regardless because she doesn't like needles. She couldn't imagine doing it to herself nonetheless, twice a day, any day, for God knows how long. So that was option 1. Option 2 was that they said, well, we could possibly put in a filter into her vein to stop it from like getting to her heart or her brain or anything like that. So the filter was, I'll say option like 1.5. And option 3 would be to do nothing and hope for the best. Which, as you guys know, doing nothing, the result's either going to be good or bad. So, so one of the issues with the filter was they weren't, if she got a filter into her leg for the clot, it would be an issue for transplant. It would cause issues in the future for transplant. I don't fully understand why it would cause issues in the future for transplant. I don't know. But that was kind of the big thing, is the filter will cause issues for the transplant. So that was yesterday. Today, she... The hard part is it doesn't matter how much money you have in the world, because, you know what I mean? Wealth may not always give someone health. You know what I'm saying? So, that's the shitty part. Like, there could be someone that knocks on the door and said, I got all the money for your organs, but it doesn't mean you're going to get them, because it might not be around, you might not be too healthy for them, or things like that. So, the hematology people, hematology, I don't know. Someone came in today, I guess the blood people came in, and they were talking with the transplant people. And the transplant people pretty much got into their head and said, hey, filter, no transplant. You can't have a filter and it'd be okay for transplant. I don't know why. I don't know exactly the scenario with that. So, just that, I guess if you have the filter, it's going to cause an issue in the future. So I don't know why about that. The filter usually goes into the neck, depends where the clot is. Yeah, I have no idea. I just know it's in like... And don't shoot the messenger. I'm trying my best. Because she says a lot of medical words and I don't 100% understand them all. You know what I mean? But the hematologist, thank you. I'm like, herpetologist, the vegetable guy. So, yeah. So they pretty much... The transplant people pretty much said she can't have a filter. That's going to cause an issue. Did she let her decision shifting mean yet? So, as of right now, there was like a option, I guess option 4, we'll call it. On option 4, she's getting small IV drips right now while she's in the hospital. But of course, so the small IV drips, I believe, are to help break up the blood clot, try to keep that down. But she can only get that while she's in the hospital. She doesn't have IV drips or anything like that when she's home. So that's the other thing. It's like, so she could be in the hospital getting the IV drips for God knows how long. She could do the shots twice a day for God knows how long. She could get the filter, which would pretty much stop her transplant, or do nothing. So she kind of has a hard decision to make. Right now, like I said, she's getting the IV drip, but she can't get that if she wants to go home. So, talking to her, it's rough because she's kind of to the point, and please don't take this the wrong way. No one knows how she's feeling. You can't really put yourself into their shoes, you know what I mean? But she's kind of like, what happens, you know what I mean? Because she's to the point of like, my quality of living my life, what's left, however long it may be, I'm getting fucking goosebumps, is more important to me at this point. You know what I mean? Like, any option is kind of a shitty option. And like I said, don't take this the wrong way. Don't bring up this or that or whatever. Because we don't know how she feels, and what she's going through at the moment. No one knows what it's like. I mean, I'm sure some of you guys know what it's like to be in the hospital and stuck and things like that. But she's tired. She's in pain. She's over it, So she's at the point where she's like, obviously she hasn't made a decision yet. But she might just say, hey, she said, like, Allah, like, let the universe do what it may be. Let me live some life. and have some quality, because you don't know, you know. Right now, you know, she is inactive on the transplant list because you need to be a certain health where it's safe enough to have a surgery. Like, obviously, when you need organs, you're not healthy, but you need to have some sort of health, whether stable enough for not being sick or this or that, or not having blood clots, to be able to have a surgery. So she's just tired. You know, I think her hope is maybe she can get some sort of IV drip at home. But in my mind, I kind of feel like she's leaning to letting it be. But every option is a risk, because if she does the shots, she's gonna be bleeding. If she does the filter, there's no transplant. You know, she could stay at the hospital and get the drips, but how long could she really be at the hospital? So it's just a shitty situation all around. So, you know, and I would, you know, it's like you see someone like stuck at the hospital, and you know, it's like you wonder, like, is that what they want? Like, what is the quality of life? I remember, and I don't want to compare her to the Fox or whatever like that, but I remember when Fox was going through all her surgeries, and the doctors found out that she had that, like, the periscoping of her intestines, and he's like, at that point, he's like, I could save her, but we have to think about her quality of life. And it's like, it was one of the hardest decisions I had to make. Obviously, I still went for the surgery in hopes that her quality of life would be good enough. But you have to think, is it worth it sometimes, you know? What is quality of life, you know? And how much can you give up in hopes your quality of life could change when it's not guaranteed? So, you know, we just have to cross our fingers that blood clot's been there for a while, and that it is dissipating on its own, and it's just not moving. But that's something we don't know. Now, while she's in the hospital, they can monitor it, which is a great thing. They can see, I'm assuming if it's moving or where it's at and things, or if it's dissipating. So, but I doubt she wants to be at the hospital for a very long time. So it's kind of one of those things. Yeah, so it's like no option is like a winning option, you know what I mean? We're like, oh, that's the one, that one's great, you know? I know, I was just talking to Liam about it, and it's just like, I was like, he caught me on my phone, and I was looking at a stadium. He's like, what are you doing? I was like, all Selma ever wanted to do was go see this stupid Taylor Swift. And these tickets are so expensive, and I'm sure you guys know at this point. And I was like, I just kind of want to get her one, because I don't know how long she's going to be around. I was like, I just want to send her to go see this stupid Taylor Swift. Because that's like the only thing this girl wants, and I just don't know how long she's going to be here. Her family's around her, but her mom's a single mom with 3 kids, so it's not like she could be there all the time, you know what I mean? And I feel like, with her mom's so used to her being sick in the hospital that when she's in the hospital, it's not like oh my god, my daughter's in the hospital type thing, because it's like so constant, you know? So she's alone a lot. It just breaks my heart. She's such a fighter too, and it's like she's been doing it for so long, because Liam was just like, he's like, did you ever think she would really get the transplant? Not saying in a negative way. And I was like, she's been around for so long when she shouldn't even be here in the first place. I'm like, fuck yeah, you know what I mean? She's so strong. But seeing how everything's been going this year, it just makes me scared. She's in Pennsylvania. I know, I actually joked with Selma a few months ago. I was like, you need to call Taylor Swift. Maybe she can get you in to go see her. I was like, you never know. I was like, we'll just make a wish to get one. And Liam's like, I once got Taylor Swift tickets for free. I'm like, can you go get them again, please? Yeah, no one understands how she's feeling, because it's like to the point where it's like, is it the quality of life? You know what I mean? Like, is it worth it to go through it, or why not just have those last months or a year or whatever and just enjoy, you know? Yeah, but is someone allowed to have visitors? Yes and no. She can have visitors, but she doesn't want surprise visitors because when she's in the hospital, a lot of times she is like on medication, so she'll be like really sleepy or groggy. So if people want to go see her, I know if you message her and you're like, hey, I want to go visit you, I'm sure she'll try to make it happen. She just needs to kind of prepare. Like even with JC, it couldn't have been a surprise. It had to like be a preparation, like this is when she's coming, because she wanted to be like, you know, like awake for it. I don't know, like we need to somehow we need to freaking message Taylor Swift and be like, listen, bitch, if I want one ticket, can you please buy it and then give it to my friend? Yeah, I mean, her body's, I mean, how much can one really take, you know? And it's like I said yesterday, it's like she needs TPNs to survive, but the TPN is also killing her. So it's like, it's just really one of those ticking time bomb situations. She's in the hospital. But, I mean, I know she can have visitors. It's just, gotta kind of have to set up with her because she wants to make sure she, like, is feeling good enough, you know? Because even when we were doing the launch, she almost wanted to cancel, which we were totally okay with. Just because she was feeling so bad. Girl, if someone's selling the tickets for one is like $1,200, and if you want two next to each other, they start at like $1,700. It's disgusting. I mean, yeah, if you guys want to make cards again, and I sent her like a chunk of cards, she loved that last time. If you guys want to, this is like well, not free, but like a really inexpensive gesture of love. You guys, please. She loved it last time. If you guys want to mail me cards to send to her, she would love it. I don't know the hospital. I don't. Hi. But it just honestly breaks my heart. I know, it just sucks. Then I was talking to one of her admins. I was like, do you think she would, if I got her one, I was like, do you think she would like really be able to go? Because that's like another worry too. And he's like, oh, she's like, she'd drive right from the hospital to there, you know. If you guys want my address to my business, just go to my page, Jessica Spoiled, and my admin will give it to you. It will be my business address, and then I take them as a group. Look at me, I'm like ready to fight. I take them as a clump, and I'll mail them to her. Well, you have to think too, because the thing that happened to her has probably never happened to anyone before, or if it's happened, she's like the only one that survived. You know what I mean? Because it was an accident, you know, a freak accident of technology. So for her to have that and to still be here today, you know, and then everyone keeping her alive and her being so positive, it is a magical thing. You know what I mean? But in my mind, I honestly, I feel like she might just, if she's not going to do the shots. She's not going to do the shots. You know, and I think she's kind of mad, or not mad, she's upset that they're saying so, like, no against the filter. Because she's like, I don't even know if I'm ever, you know, she's in her heart, she's like, she's calling it her, I feel like, I don't want to say things that people take it the wrong way, because no one can put herself in her shoes. But in her mind right now, she's like, why would they say no to a filter that will guarantee fix my blood clot when the surgery right now we don't know what's going to happen. So she called it the imaginary surgery. You know what I mean? Because they're so worried to protect her for the transplant, but she's inactive on the transplant list because she's not even healthy enough right now. You know what I mean? So it's like, why not fix the current situation, have a little better quality of life, and then figure it out from there. You know what I mean? You know, and that's the tough thing, because the transplant people said to the blood people, like, this, if you do that, the transplant's gonna be a big issue, you know. So we'll see. I'm sure if the transplant was here knocking on the door, she'd be all about it and happy and excited and be, you know, be the best version of her she could be and muster through. But we're at the point where that's not a thing right now. You know what I mean? there's no knowing of where she is or is not on a transplant list because, like, say you've been on the transplant list the longest, so technically you're like the next one. If someone is less healthy than you, that is a match, they're gonna still get it. Or say you're the next one on the list, but someone dies and the organs aren't a match for you, someone else gets bumped up. So it never knows. But she could also be like 10th on the list, and it happened, and she get bumped up. You know what? You guys see his face? No, sir. So it's hard to say where someone is or isn't because it doesn't. The list is kind of like time. It just floats around, you know? Maybe I'll make a TikTok about it. We'll see if we can get Taylor Swift's attention. Maybe we can get lucky with the TikTok. I think another thing is she already had a Make-A-Wish when she was younger and she went to Disney on it, so I don't think she can use Make-A-Wish twice. I doubt though Make-A-Wish can even get Taylor Swift tickets because of how like tough she is. Michelle, the clot is in her right, I think it was her right leg. Yeah, we'll have to try TikTok and maybe we can make some magic happen. I'll like get onto the green screen and be like, this is my friend. She needs to see you, please. But as sick as she is, that's like the one thing she wants to live for right now. So go to one of her stupid concerts. I'm like, why can't your goal be like get a nice juicy steak? I can help you with that one. Maggie, she has a blood clot in her leg. So the reason she was swollen and stuff could have been the blood clot. The blood clot could have been affecting a lot of stuff in the past if it has been around. I'm not a doctor. I don't really know. I just know that, the blood clot is there now. So that could have been why she was swelling and things like that. Selma's been covered in the past on the news, on like True TV, which she had like a series. What's crazy is Liam and Liam's mom actually remember hearing her story on the news when he was a kid, or I guess a teenager. So her story is definitely out there. But there's not someone. I mean, maybe we could contact the news and be like, but it's like, what do you want to say? Like, dying friend's last wish is to see Taylor Swift. Like, I don't want to be like that too at the same time, you know? Because I want her to live. Does Taylor Swift do cameos? I wonder if she does cameos. That might be cool too. Yeah, so right now, Erin, she is on like an IV drip and they're putting low levels of something in there to kind of help with the blood clot. But all the options are just kind of shitty options because she obviously has to be in the hospital for the IV drip. She could go home and do the shots, but she's terrified of needles and there's no way she'll be able to do it twice a day. And no, we don't know how long, you know what I mean? And then on top of it, the filter, if she does the filter, there's no transplant. Essentially, that's what it sounds like. Selma is 20. I met Selma actually on Facebook. God, it had been like 4 years ago. Maybe even 5 at this point. I don't even know. It's been a very long time. And we have seen her every year. She came into Florida one time for the brand trip last year. But prior to that, we always went up to see her. And then I got to see her twice last year because the brand trip and then her graduation. And then every year prior, right around her birthday, we'd go up and see her. Did I not have a thing like Ronald McDonald House for adults? I don't know, right? Why can't you be 19? Darn it. I'm just kidding. Yeah, we'll have to see. We'll have to see if she has a cameo or not. Yeah, Taylor Swift is touring. Taylor Swift is touring. She has been sick, Deb, since her accident. Really, that'd be like the start of her being sick. I don't know. I don't know her situation. Like, I don't know if she can get a home nurse or anything like that. I mean, I'm sure she could get a home nurse, but then it's the cost of a nurse. I mean, to like a nurse full time, I mean, what are they, $20 an hour minimum? I imagine more if they're like in house, you know, like coming to your house. I mean, 40 hours, I don't know. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know what her situation is, if that is something that is feasible, if something like that would be covered. I have no idea, to be honest. Yeah, she was like 5. But yeah, in my mind, I feel like she's to the point though where she wants to say like, let it, whatever happens, happens. I just want to be out of the hospital and live for a little bit, you know. Can you bring her palette back? Well, we have her highlighter right now, Margaret. So right now we have her highlighter, which I could pin. That always helps her. Is if you guys want to get her highlighter, that always helps. But I mean, I feel like even if she was healthy enough to go live and, you know, work and stuff, I don't think she could. I don't think if she had to hire a home nurse, she would be able to. Like, I don't think she would make enough to cover that. You know what I mean? But yeah, she does still have her highlighter, and she's actually, if we sell, I think we're like 20 highlighters away from selling out, and then she'll get a little bonus, which is good too. I don't know her situation with like how her insurance is or not. I don't know the particulars of it, so I don't know what is and what is not covered. But you know, so I don't know about all of that. I would imagine if she could have one though, she would. You know, I feel like that'd be a lot easier on her than having going to the hospital all the time. So I'm going to assume that maybe she's not. That wouldn't be something that's covered. You know what I mean? Jody, I have the link pinned below. If you go to the main page of Spoil Cosmetics, it's the second picture down. You'll see her highlighter. It's right there. How expensive is a ticket? It's like $1,200. I mean, the cost really isn't. I feel like I might just get it for her, but it's just like it's just crazy. I just want to make sure she'd be able to go too. You know what I mean? Like getting that. I just want to make sure she should go. But if we can contact Taylor Swift and do something and actually make some magic happen, or be like Taylor Swift to send like a box to her, you know, something like that'd be cool. Because my other worry is, can she actually really go see Taylor Swift? You know, they're available. People be trying to make them house payments. Don't ignore it. If there's negativity, guys, don't worry. The admins go through and delete, because there's always gonna be people questioning or this or that. So just don't. Wasn't her mom a doctor? Not to my knowledge. Yeah, the tickets are crazy. And I don't even know if like they have handicap accessible tickets available. No, she wants to see Taylor Swift, Krista. That's like the one, like, it's like her dying wish. But it's just too crazy. And I'm not, please guys, don't take this as like, please raise money for Selma. I'll literally, if she can go, I will buy it for her. So please don't take it that way. It's just crazy how much they are. And I'm worried that she would not be able to go. And I can't get 2. Like, she would literally be going by herself. Which is a little rough too. Like, I don't even know if she would be able to go by herself. So. But she wouldn't have to fly anywhere. I'd be like, Selma, if I get you to the parking lot, would that be good? So we could hear it happen? We'll have to look. Yeah, if there's an adult version, if anyone wants to write any adult Make-A-Wish type things, maybe we can make some magic happen for her. Yeah, I don't know her mom's past or what she did. But if she was an OBGYN in Egypt, I mean, coming here, one would assume that the licenses wouldn't transfer. I don't know. Like I said, I don't know any of that stuff. So I just read the notes. I'm the messenger. Yeah, I don't even know if I mean, I'm sure she would go by herself, but I don't know if she'd be able to go by herself. You know what I mean? So I don't know. Jody, it's not that simple. Going across the country on a whim is not that simple. Unfortunately. You know, I know Liam would support me, you know, traveling and stuff like that, but I do have a business, you know, to run, and flights and her being in the hospital, like, I can't just buy a flight that day and go see her, you know what I mean? Like, it's rough. I want to go see her, trust me. I want to go see her, but life isn't always as easy as one would seem. So it makes it tough sometimes. Can you guys hear Sterling? He's like, water, he wants to go swimming. If you guys message my page, Jessica Spoiled, I haven't seen it yet, but if you guys do want my business address to mail a card, just message Jessica Spoiled, that's my page, and then we can get you that address, and then I'll click them all together, and then I'll send them to her. Well, yeah, I'm on recovery as well, too. I could technically fly soon, but it's like a whole, like a whole, like, setup. It's a whole ass thing. It's rough. If you guys are just popping in and you're late, I do recommend watch the beginning of the video when we're done, because she has options of things, and it's just like, which is the least shitty situation. Like, that's what she has to try to decide. And what is the best quality of life, you know? That's the big thing, is it worth it? Yeah, if you guys order something from me, it's that same address. It's the address. So if you don't remember it, just message my page. Oh my god, are you serious? Like, Colleen says, I live in Pittsburgh. If she'll go with my daughter, she can have my ticket. What? Colleen, if you're, well, Leslie, screenshot that. If you're serious, message the page. Colleen, if you're serious, message the page. But, I'm not going to believe it until I see it. Well, Colleen, if that's something, that'd be crazy. Alright, I think, Leslie, did you see that? Okay, Leslie, make sure you got that screenshot. I know you messaged me, but here, let me see if I can. I don't know if I could screenshot. How do I screenshot from here? Okay. Well, that would be crazy. That actually happened. And the good thing is, Colleen, if for some reason she couldn't go, you have the ticket for yourself anyways. So that would be, like, magical. Well, Colleen, message the page. If that is something that is actually true, please message the page. And Leslie, please look for it. Okay. I don't know the hospital Selma's in off the top of my head, but if you want to message me or Slay with Selma, we'll get you the answer privately. So if you're like writing to something. That's really sweet. Mom's probably like, thank God I don't have to go sit through that concert. No offense, but I don't think nobody in the world is worth that much money to go see sing. Like, it blows my mind. But I also heard on her defense that Taylor Swift was upset that apparently StubHub was buying tickets and then reselling them for thousands of dollars. So she has a sold at least, you know what I mean? But it's just crazy. Like, what did they do that's so worth it? You know what I mean? Like, you go on a whole ass trip for that much money per person. If it's in her town, she can get there. Like, if it's in Pennsylvania, that shouldn't be an issue, you know what I mean? How is she able to sit through a 3-hour concert? That'd be the 3 hours of the day that she was off of her TPN. She'd be sitting in a wheelchair. But she'd do it. One would hope if there's a disabled line, you know what I mean, like a handicap. Well, it's a stadium, so it's seats. Like, people are sitting. So I don't know. I'm just the messenger, okay? Right. I'm gonna pop off for now. I feel like my lashes are really falling off from me crying. So please ignore me. But thank you guys so much for popping in for the update. Nothing exaggerated at all with the title on this one. She has some shitty decisions that she has to kind of just decide on. So I just want to say thank you guys for popping in. And if there's any more big updates, big decisions of what she's going to choose, or how she's doing, I'll be here, of course, to tell you guys. But thank you so much. Please, yeah, watch the replay if you want to get all the details, because there's a lot. But thank you all. And anyone that sent stars for Selma, thank you so much. Anyone who shared, anyone who said hi, thank you guys so much, because those do help. So, Kimberly, if anything happens, please message the page. Leslie will look out for it. If we can make something happen. So, thank you guys so much. And I will see you guys all later. So, bye.